Live from Dix Hills, New York, it's the Real Man Dave Show! Great show today. So let's start out with some sad news. Today, or actually earlier this week, Rush Limbaugh passed away, and sadly, he didn't take Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson with him. Warner Brothers just announced they're following up with their big hit, The Joker, with a new supervillain movie called The Penguin, and they just signed Ted Cruz to play the lead part. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. Ted is absolutely ecstatic. He has just announced from his vacation in Cancun that he is excited to play the role. Playing a psychopathic serial killer murderer is something that he believes will help improve his image. So he's really excited. And then speaking of politics, Mitch McConnell, I'm sure you all saw in the news, voted against impeaching Donald Trump. But after the impeachment vote, came out with a very scathing rebuke of the former president. And I don't know if it's just me, but since the impeachment trial, it seems as though Mitch McConnell is coming out of his shell. And then lastly, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you a breaking news story. TV personality Starneck is being sought for arrest on charges of prostitution, as well as violating the United States and United Nations embargo that prohibit trade with North Korea and the Islamic Republic of Iran. In addition, we are being told that an investigation is being opened into a weapons charge related to a nearly 40-year-old crime. We send you now to our senior reporter, Rich Heller, who is at the scene at Sunrise Highway in Babylon, where authorities are pursuing Starneck. Rich, take it away.
Hello, Dave. It's Rich Heller here, ABC News. As you can see on your screen, I am in the back of a police car in a chase behind a white Bronco known to be driven by Starneck. We're in the midst of a breaking story. Earlier this morning, the residents of West Babylon were rocked when they woke up to find out that Starneck, a man who was picking up lunch money, playing a stupid parlor trick in the back of a vehicle in his house in West Babylon. But the story is this. The prostitution ring, which was uncovered this morning when a customer whose identity is being withheld due to privacy concerns, got more than he bargained for at a massage parlor called Gobby's. The customer, who had just finished breakfast with his friend Iggy, stopped by Gobby's massage parlor in Oceanside, New York, for what was told to be the famous Alibaba and 40-handed massage experience. As the massage was nearing completion, the masseuse took off her veil and revealed she was a he. It was at that moment the customer realized he had been molested by the famous celebrity Starneck. The police and the FBI then conducted raids on Gobby's as well as Starneck Studios and Starneck's personal residence in West Babylon. What they found was shocking. They uncovered an elaborate scheme to smuggle male prostitutes from North Korea using high-tech corrugated boxes. In addition, Starneck has been accused of smuggling the same high-tech boxes to Kim Jong-un, who's used the boxes to conceal his nuclear program, as well as coffins for his political opponents. Police believe the cash generated from these illicit activities were used to fund Starneck Productions. It has also been brought to our attention that a new location quite possibly have been found in a small house in Peconic, New York, owned by Starneck's friend, Bruce Goodhart. We spoke to a neighbor who said the only thing she knows is that it looks like it's been run by a ringleader who goes by the name of Gerard. We do not know at this point whether Bruce Goodhart, who is a local masseuse, is involved in this whatsoever, but we are checking this out. We later went by West Babylon to try to interview some of Gary Stark's neighbors, and none would appear on camera. We did find one who come on and speak under the veil of anonymity and said, quote, "We all in the neighborhood never trusted Gary. He was always kind of strange. All we saw was him playing with cardboard boxes in the back garage on his property." That from a neighbor in West Babylon. Getting back to the chase now, as you can see, the white Bronco is now increasing speed. There is approximately 200 police officers following Starnack. I interviewed earlier somebody who saw the chase. Richard Rodriguez, also known as Wolfie, was cleaning his bathroom and looking out the window when he saw a white Bronco with a male with a turban on speeding away from police officers. He realized was somebody he went to college with in the upstate town of Oneonta, New York. And he quoted by saying, "I knew Gabi back in the day. He fell on very tough times." I will keep you updated, Dave, and let you know when we finally catch Starnack and see where this story goes. Rich Heller, ABC News, signing off.
Rich, thank you for your thorough news report. Also, during the course of the raids, we have been informed that police uncovered a small caliber weapon that has been traced back to a crime committed back in 1983, nearly 40 years ago, in upstate New York. This was a case that had been unsolved up until now and had caused extensive property damage, as well as the death of 7 dining hall workers in what has somberly been remembered in Oneonta, New York as the Wilsbach Massacre. And in case you were wondering what happened to the massage parlor customer that was molested by Starnack and broke the whole story, well, he went fishing. Despite the harrowing ordeal, he expressed satisfaction that the entire massage episode at least had a happy ending. As developments unfold, we will keep you updated. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Great doing the duet with him. I think he might have outsung me, but I certainly outdanced him. I think you all agree with that. Anyway, it has been super cold here in New York and in much of the country over the last several weeks. We've had snow covering the ground, and today it's been snowing out real bad. So, what do you do when it's super cold out and they are covered in snow? Let's head to the kitchen and warm up. Let's cook us some chili. Today we're going to do vegetarian chili. So we're going to only put 1 pound of meat in. Season with a little salt and some pepper. Chop up that ground beef nice and good. Once the meat is nice and brown, we add some delicious tomato sauce. A half can of diced tomatoes. 2 cans of water, and the secret Grandpappy's secret chili seasoning. It's a mixture of special secret herbs and spices. And last but not least, some cayenne pepper for the heat. Let's bring on that heat. Next, we'll stir, cover, and simmer for about 20 minutes. Now while that's cooking, we're going to karate chop a tomato. Chop, bam. And now let's karate chop an onion. Chop, bam. And because we're real men, let's dice up some jalapeno. Chop, 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 chop. After cooking for about 15 minutes, we're going to add a can of chili beans. That'll give it the nice amount of flatulence that you desire. Mix that shit up again. Let's let it simmer for another 10 or so minutes. Preheat your oven to 350, and let's throw these bad boys in. Then we're gonna finish that bowl of chili up real pretty. Gonna put a little bit of we call in the industry trade a dollop of sour cream, some fresh tomato, some fresh raw onion, a couple of jalapeno peppers, piece de resistance, a hump of beautiful cheese. Let that sit for a minute or so. And let's see what we have here in the oven. Oh, beautiful, beautiful muffins. Home-style muffins. This looks good. Now for the moment of truth. Let's get a piece here with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of sour cream. Here we go. Whoa, that's got a kick to it. Just like Grandpapa used to make. This is good. Oh yeah, clears out the nasal passages. This was great. Remember, stay tuned for the Late Late Show coming right up after this. Audience, you've been great. I am out of here.
Good evening, fans. Welcome to the David Silverman Show. I'm so glad that you can be here and join me. And a special thank you to our sponsors, Huffman Cola and Bobel Furniture. We ain't just furniture. Tonight, we have such a stupendous, wonderful lineup of very talented guests. They are some of the finest talents on stage, screen, and even athletics. Tonight we have one of the world champion adult figure skaters in the ladies 50 to 55 division, a wonderful skater, Hope Silverman. And some of you might have also have seen this wonderful young entertainer. He has dazzled audiences wherever he goes. A young, fine, outstanding man. He's at times, I'll tell you, when I first got in this business, there was a ventriloquist, impersonator that would do Grover Cleveland. It was hilarious. But young Jacob Silverman is one of the best, and he's going to absolutely dazzle you. And Jacob also brought, as part of his act, a dog that he does a ventriloquist act with. So we're looking forward to seeing Jacob and Winnie. But let me ask you, Hope, wonderful accomplishments in the world of women's adult figure skating. Really, I'm sure you've dazzled audiences with your spins and your twists and your jumps. And it's absolutely amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about your successes in women's and adult figure skating?
Well, I competed at the nationals.
When you are on the ice, it would appear to me to be very slippery. Is it slippery?
Yeah, for someone that doesn't know how to skate.
I don't like ice unless it's in my Hoffman's Cola. Then I like it, but generally I'm not very good with ice. Jacob, young Jacob, I understand you do a very good impersonation of someone that is famous. Would you like to show the audience that impersonation?
Hey, how are you? Thank you for inviting me on your show. Although I know your friend, Mr. Rich Heller, is not a big fan of my presidency, I'm still glad that you have invited me on your show, and I look forward to the rest of the episode.
Oh, that was an amazing impersonation. I want to thank our wonderful guests, Jacob, Winnie, and Hope, who razzled us. and dazzled us all evening with your wonderful stories and your fine impersonations. I again like to thank our sponsors, Bow Bell Furnitures and Hoffman Cola. And we will see you tomorrow night with a wonderful impersonator of Ed Sullivan and Engelbert Humperdinck impersonator as well. We bid you a farewell and an adieu. Good evening.